your favorite four back in the saddle again. We in the hot seats, and I'm back. We are back with another episode of the 4 and 4 podcast, and I'm here with my main man. Y'all know him. Y'all heard him. Y'all talking to him. What's up with your G Money?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I got Dre Dog here on the mic.
What's up, soldiers?
And Big Mark to round it out. What's up, homie?
Big up on herself, Medea.
Easy. And as you know, I'm your man T. Me, G Money, Dre Dog, Big Mark about to get after for a little bit of time as we do. We come to y'all every week. We talk to y'all. Hoping you hear what we're saying. It may go anyway, but we don't know. But right now, we're gonna jump off and do our check-in. This is episode 7, or 8, or 9, or 10, or 15, or whatever you started watching. So we're gonna go ahead and do our daily check-in. So this is something that happened. You know, how's your week been? How's your last week, man? We know how that was. But how's your week been this week, and what's going forward with you, Dre Dog? Let's start with you, man.
Hey, everything's been going good. Like I said, I had a little scare because I got a cold, and I thought I had COVID. So I rushed to get a rapid test. Took my daughter. I don't want to go. Oh, you going? Because she's 10 years old. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'd already got my first shot. I'm like, I can't get sick until I gotta get that second shot. But come to find out, I just got a cold. So I'm all doped up on NyQuil and everything else.
You suck it on the halls, ain't you? From the last episode.
You suck on some halls, man.
You got them halls, right? Right.
You know, you can put them halls in your hot
now,
tea.
Is it?
You put the halls in the hot tea. I put like 2 halls in the hot tea.
No, you
mix it up. Man, when you get to the end.
With the tea bag too?
Yeah, hot tea. Yeah, hot tea bag. Just drop a halls in the bottom. It'll melt down, and then you get that eucalyptic thing going on in the back.
No, not eucalyptic. Nasty is what you just described. What you mean?
Nasty.
Hey, don't knock it until you try it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't knock it until you try it.
I'd rather
Looking
take
like a true
Thermofil.
yachty.
I'm telling you, man, that'll clear up all your mucus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I mean, I like Mucinex is good. Mucinex is probably the only cold medicine I've ever used that I can actually say worked for me.
We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it, Dre.
You know what I mean?
You're checking with us right now.
Oh shit, we're doing check-ins. My bad. Come on, my bad. My bad, Dre.
Hey, it's all
one.
good, man.
Mark,
That's
if you
all
get that strike 1, if you get the 3, I'm muting you. Just so you know.
Oh, shit.
That's all I had. I'm just happy that
I'm gonna behave.
I'm just happy my test came back negative, and so did my daughters and my son. So.
Is that the first time you've been to the doctor for a test to come back negative and you was happy about it?
Screw you, Terry.
I get it.
I'm sorry, man. I'm on that one tonight. Excellent, Dre. We appreciate you, brother. Let's go ahead and keep it pushing. Big Mark, what you got going on, brother? To check in with us.
What's up, man? I'm good, man. You know, it was a stressful week for me, man. I think I was like a 7 this week, anxiety-wise. You know, it was real stressful. Mostly, it was all school-related. Y'all know I'm back in school trying to be a grown-up again.
Yes, sir.
And, that whole online program is good. I mean, this is my 2nd year, but I decided to take math again, and I'm taking, like, algebraic math. And I won't belabor the point, but, dude, I was doing college algebra yesterday. And I had to watch 5th grade YouTube videos to understand what the hell I was doing. I mean, your basic adding, multiplying, subtracting fractions is a big part of, college algebra. And dude, I'm telling you, man, it is, 12 hours yesterday I put in just trying to play catch up on this math class. 12 hours. 11:30 to 12:30 midnight. That's actually more than 12 hours. 13 hours is when I wrapped up yesterday. I talked to G in the middle of all that. But it's anxiety, man. Anxiety, man.
This was the 80 problems, right? This is the 80 problem thing?
Yeah. I got it done. We talked about that earlier last week. Yeah, I got it done, dude. And I got a progress report today. Not to cut you, Terry. Sorry. But I'm at 75.5% on this progress report, so I'm still passing the class, and I don't know how.
See, brother, that's average.
I don't know how.
You're good.
I don't know how I'm passing the class.
These are good.
So
don't question it.
But I'm gonna tell you something, Mark. It's not so much about the division and subtraction and multiplication. is when they throw them damn parentheses in there in algebra.
Oh
They
my
throw the
God,
parentheses in
T,
there
you know
and
what I'm
change
talking about.
everything. Now,
Oh
do I?
my God.
I got kids right now, and they're doing the new way. The new.
Dude,
The parentheses still mean the
literally
same damn
watched,
thing, right?
yeah, literally watched several cartoon character-ish 5th grade videos on basic fractions for hours, just trying to remember what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this shit. It was ridiculous.
And just want you to know, this dude is a QA supervisor. So if you eat any flavors that come out of Domino's sugar stuff, you might want to wonder about
Jesus.
Is it
Sweet
me or this
Jesus.
sugar is super sweet?
Nah, man, I'll be honest with you, brother. The only thing I think about that is that you taking classes to better yourself and to move your family and yourself forward. So much
Yeah,
respect
man.
and big up for that,
Big
right?
ups to that.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
doing my
G-Money.
thing, man.
G-Money sitting back there in the background as he always does. Never the least, but let's go never the last. G-Money, check in with us, brother.
Well, it was a challenging week, but there was some good, and I'm alive. I got work, I got my house, I got my fam. You know what I mean? So as challenging as it has been, and as challenging as it will continue to be, when you have those things around you, it helps you get through those challenges. So that's kind of, without getting too deep into what my week was, that's how my week has been. And it continues to be challenging, but this is a good time for me when everyone's sleeping. It's midnight, and I'm on the phone with y'all brothers.
Yes, sir. Whatever happened, this makes it a little bit better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I feel you, dog. I feel you, dog. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my check-in real quick. The week was the week, man. You know what I mean? You work, you come home. You go to practice, you come home. Everything is good, man. We still had the puppy here. My son's, we still got the puppy here. Puppy still here. So my grand boy, as I call him now, because he's been here for over a week and a half. So he's now family.
And then dropped his
so we
ass
got the
off.
puppy
Huh?
here. Huh?
They done dropped his ass off. Huh?
You remember that commercial when they dropped the grandkids off and they were saying
Don't leave the
parents
baby.
ain't say bye before they left. I feel like that person. I feel like the grandparents in that commercial right now. They straight up
Terry
gave us a
running down the
puppy.
street. Don't leave the puppy. Don't leave the puppy.
And I'm pretty fast, bro. They were gone. They were gone. You know what I mean? They were gone. But yeah, everything is good, man. Puppy's still here. Regular weekend. I told you we talked about the football thing before, so I won't belabor that point. I'm still pushing and grinding. We'll get after it again this Friday. And all my anxiety and everything I do to drive this point of the year is usually toward that. But as ever, went out to dinner a couple times this week with the wife. Because you can't lose focus on what you got. You know what I mean? Can't lose focus. Can't let it all consume you so that you don't check out what's really going on. Make sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, man, listen, Mark, Dre, G-Mon, I'm glad to hear that everybody doesn't have anything in their week that they got to fight somebody about. They got to pull out real hard on it. We got to discuss this for another 10 or 15 minutes. So that means that everybody's good. Right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I appreciate that, man. So let's go into our next part of our show. After we check in, man, we'd like to just talk about some things that matter to us. And Mark, tonight is yours. Some rando that you had and something that you wanted to speak on, man. So go ahead and get after it.
Well, this is really a recall to our last episode. You know how we do. We listen back to it, which is what I did. And I see you smiling, Dre. I don't know why you're smiling yet, because I ain't said shit yet. But you must know what I'm about to say. I don't know.
I know what you're
Trying to get a recall.
But I did listen back to the show, and listen, man, I for people that are really listening to the show, that whole segment on child support, and it got a little heated towards the end there, and
That's what we do.
you know what I mean. But listen, I actually did some research. I wanted to after listening back to the show, I wanted to figure out where G's passion was coming from, because he was pretty animated. He was like, it was serious for him. You know what I mean? And so I just wanted to do my own, because I didn't look it up. I wanted to do my due diligence, look it up. So here I found some stuff, man. I found some facts, looking at some Census Bureau stuff. It was kind of old. It's from like 2013. It's not a joke, Terry. It's not a joke.
I'm just saying, every time you go to the Census Bureau, brother, I worry about where your source is. The census.
No,
So if
it's
you
not
if
that.
you answer
It's
your
not
door,
that.
you're
It's
part of.
not that.
So go ahead. Go ahead.
This is
Okay.
real talk, man. So look, here's what I found, and I won't belabor the point too much. Child support. There was found that 83% of custodial parents were women. So of the child, this is back in 13. 83% of the parent that got custody of the child were women. Another fact that I found that 43% of that 87, they were on public assistance. So child support in the lower income population, I think they are what's the word I use, G? Disproportionately affected by that system, and therefore they can't win. You know, those guys in California, 2005, 1 in 8 inmates were locked up for not paying child support. And while you're in prison, your arrearage keeps growing. When you get out of prison, you can't get a fucking job to start making money. And now you owe 2 people. You owe your baby mama and you owe the county or the state because of those arrearages. So now you owe 2 people. So unfortunately, man, the whole idea of child support, it really affects black men, and it really affects the lower income families to a point where there's no real program or thing in place for fathers to really make up for that. But I found an article because I'm thinking somebody has to be trying to do something with all these numbers. And there's an article I found by this chick named Eleanor Pratt, and there's actually a group of scholars out there, and they put a plan in place, which basically says, to set the orders, the child support orders, that is, at levels that fathers can actually pay. Instead of, Terry, you remember, I don't remember your number.
When was that article from?
The article is in 2017.
Good luck with catching up to that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
21 now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that number is probably a lot higher. Basically stop locking up. Take arrest, take prison out of the equation. Why is prison in the equation for a penalty? Take that out of the equation completely.
Should not be.
And then instead, and then the debt that you owe the state because your arrearage is, packed up. The plan is proposing that they forgive that. The state forgive it because it's child support. It's not state support. You know what I mean? And then provide programs for these fathers who, are come out on the wrong end for them to get back in society and start paying child support again. It's just, so I said all that to say this, man. I really want to pull back. I don't want to retract completely because a lot of what I said is true for a certain percentage of the community, but I want to pull back a little bit and be more, understanding and more, just sympathetic to that part or that community, because that's a real threat. And these fathers are put away. When they come out, they still can't see their kids. So really, who's suffering? Yeah, the father's got a lot of bills, but the kid is suffering mostly. You know what I mean? So, I want to just repeat G's sentiment on that system and say, fuck child support.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. That's right.
I want to make sure I get it clean.
Oh yeah, fuck child support. Yeah. That's right.
Hey,
yeah.
Can I just say something real quick? What you're talking about, Mark?
Yeah.
I watched this video today on Facebook or YouTube or one of those, and it was this lady, and she was talking about she'd rather have multiple children with multiple fathers instead of having it with like one father and having multiple children.
Because of the system, right?
No, check this out. So she said if she would get child support, say she has 6 kids with one person, and she's only going to get like 12% of his income, or 16%. I forget what she's saying. And she was saying, that one would be like $300 a month. But the more kids he had, the less it will be, or the harder it would be for him to pay. So if she has it by, say, 6 children, 6 baby fathers, then that's $300 or over $300 per baby father, and that's the way that she can come up. And
I have my hand raised for a reason here.
yeah.
If that's
Speak
your
for it.
retirement plan,
Yes.
you got more problems than you know in life right now. Ladies, I'm gonna tell you right now. We know we got a lot of lady subscribers and listeners to our show. I'm gonna tell you right now, ladies.
Damn.
If that's your plan,
I
for
watched
the
this
retire at the
video
beach,
wide
and I have
eyed,
that,
like,
you got to be kidding.
What the fuck?
This is
Yeah.
real people.
but
this is
that's the mentality that some of these women have,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
and they don't they don't think about like family values. They don't care about the kids.
I tell you
They
what, I've done taxes for primarily a lot of my life for my family, and there is no line GF or anything that says put the pussy on this line. The amount of there's no line for that. So you know what I mean. You can't file your taxes on. You might get Uncle Joe to send you some money on 6 children,
Yeah.
but there's no line F or G or B or C or W on your tax form.
It's crazy.
Or you
man.
having 6 kids. You earned income credit. Yeah, that's fine, but you'll probably
And-
get audited down the road.
And another thing too, like what you were saying, Mark, that a lot of these women are on financial from the government.
Yeah.
When they get
Welfare.
when they get Section 8, first of all, the list for Section 8 is long, real long. So when you finally get it, they don't want to lose it,
Right.
because they're getting nice homes
And you gotta understand something.
for like
For
$15
$1.
a month. Yeah.
Gentrification has let down a lot of Section 8 housing. It's taken over a lot of Section 8 housing that's available in the inner cities and those inner city suburban areas. You get gentrification coming there, that knocks down half of that Section 8 that's available to those people who need it. Or, like Dre said, get to live for $1, a month.
Yeah.
And I'm talking
It's
about nice homes.
crazy, man. It's crazy. It's that system. It definitely needs reform. I'm all about reform for that system, man.
And
Because
the word I would say is the system is antiquated. It needs to be done in a more
it's incredibly
future.
old, man.
written back in the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to bring that back to the 1920s now. I mean, the 2020s.
The 1920s.
Well, it just has to be
Watch yourself.
when
Watch
they
yourself.
when
Watch
they look
yourself.
at it, they have to acknowledge the fact that it was written to incarcerate black men.
Yeah,
As
and
a lot of things
and
were back then. A lot of
and-
things were to
and-
make sure that we weren't doing well and wasn't coming. There's no come up. We gonna hold them down.
exactly.
There's no come up.
And if you remember, I think we touched on it in like second episode about how the jail system is just a big old capitalistic
Incarceration
system.
rates.
Yeah,
This is a whole nother show. Incarceration
that's a whole nother
rates.
show.
Somebody make a note.
Yeah.
Incarceration rates are just absolutely, and when you break them down, blacks, whites, Hispanics, other, the incarceration rates in this is a business.
It's a
Privately
business.
owned jail. This is
Yeah.
a business, and I'll tell you something. It's amazing that with our knowledge, we can put a man on the moon and send rockets to space, but we can't figure out why we're locking up more black men than anybody else in this country when we're at only 13% of the population. Check
There's-
that number for me.
There's an
Why is that
organization. There's an organization called the National Coalition for Men, and they basically fight for men's rights. They've been doing it for like 45 years or so.
You got 800 number, brother?
Yeah, actually, I've got it pulled up right now.
Nah, man. The
It's
G
not
might
an
wanna call
800
that.
number, but it's 619-231-1909. It's called the
Say that
National.
again.
It is 619-231-1909. National Coalition for Men, and basically they help men rights with all that stuff. coming
So
for child
if you're out here
support.
going through child support or a visitation order or
Yeah.
custody battle, these are people that you can reach out to that will help you, or they will listen to your case, and maybe you have something going on, maybe you don't, but it's another avenue instead of doing something that's going to make you deeper in the hole than you are, because you know how sometimes we'll overreact. Call them and check out where you are, man. Definitely, Dre. That's definitely good information, man. We
Yeah, that's
appreciate that,
dope.
brother.
Yeah,
Definitely.
no problem.
There's
Here
there's
to help.
there's people out there fighting for these fathers, man, and I don't want them to lose hope. I don't want them to give up and stop trying to take care of their kids, but there's people out there fighting for them, trying to get this reform done. We need to figure out how we can get on board and help that fight, because it's definitely needed.
I'll tell you what, Marco, you got your pen there, man. Yeah, I mean, you feel some way about it right now. Make a note, and let's figure out how we can get more involved, because we all feel some kind of way about it, because we've all walked down this road, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
let's figure out a
absolutely.
way that we can get involved through the podcast, and maybe help somebody out, or have them reach out to us, and maybe even have them on as a guest, tell their side of the story. Because it's just the four of us. Maybe have them call in. We'll see what goes on from there. I don't
Word.
see you making a note, Mark. I'm gonna go ahead and make the note. You know what I mean?
Thanks, sir.
Just go ahead and text him real quick.
Call the pen.
You see, I see that pen moving. I see that pen moving.
What we talking about? Hey, I squirrel every now and again, brother. I squirrel at my old age. So listen, let's keep it pushing, man. And I'm really enjoying myself tonight, man. Again, just because mainly I can see y'all faces, and there's 1,000 things that go through my mind when we talk about things that don't actually come to the microphone. That's what makes it so great for me. And I know that y'all going through 1,000 things in your mind too when we have
Amen.
conversations that don't necessarily make it to the microphone. But if you want to go and watch the outtakes and all that stuff, you might hear about some of that stuff that we talk about outside of the recording. But right now we're in the recording, so let's go ahead and keep it pushing. We're gonna go with G right now in his segment that we know everybody has really, really hit back on the comments and on the subscription things. The section that you the people that really love, man. Segment that you the people really love is called Never Talk. So G, this is brought to you by G Money. It's Never Talk.
Well, just to kind of touch on it a little bit, obviously Never Taught is about things that are in history that were never taught, where I'm from, and what I believe collectively a lot of folks were not taught. We are 4 black men, and our motto is keeping it real, and Never Taught's about black men keeping it real about history. Now, there was an email or an inquiry about my first Never Taught lesson, we can say. It was about O.W. Gurley, and there was some
Yeah.
folks asking about his actual name, and his first name was Ottaway. And I don't know where Ottaway came from. I don't know if Ottaway is some sort of slave name, or I have no idea.
Yeah,
I've
he was
never,
a slave. They came over with the ships. They said, "Yo, get out the way."
you know what I mean?
Just name him
Out of the
Ottaway.
way, out of the way. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not exactly sure where that name
Sound
came
like the
from.
Weatherford guy with Indians to me.
I was about to say, Terry. I was just about to say that.
Episode 2, if you want to check it out, or maybe 1. Go ahead,
Just
Jim.
about to say-
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
So I mean, to that person who asked, is Ottaway Gurley. So again, it was an influential brother in Tulsa. So it was important for me to get his name out there for everybody to know, and it was a great lesson for me. Moving forward, I'm going to be touching on some the plight of the indigenous people in our country. I'll be kind of digging into them a little bit in terms of how they've on the come up, where they are, where they've been, and what's going on with them now. Just in as brief as I can be about it, and also we want to try to make sure that we are showing the light on some folks that bring light to the podcast, not just coming down in a negative tone. But I appreciate the questions that have come my way, and thank you for the inquiry about Ottaway. And moving forward, we will definitely be touching on some different things with Never Taught. So thank you very much.
Word.
Any of those commenters that want to go ahead and once we hook it up, want to possibly line yourself up to be a guest and come on the show and talk to G Money, man, I'm sure he would be more than willing to have that conversation out with you. Keep pushing on to that. So, G, you gonna go deep into the segment or?
Oh no, that's it for now. it takes me probably a couple weeks to really when I dig into something.
Sure.
So I want to make sure that people know that I'm what I'm working on, and indigenous people and their plight in this country is, it's hard. It's hard to really kind of get into, not necessarily get into from a perspective of interest, but get into and find facts, because their history is so scattered. It's so all over the place, and it's
covered up.
Yeah. I mean, it's really bad. It's like trying to retrace your steps as a slave. Go figure, right? Who you related to, where you come from in Africa, shit like that. It's very similar to that. So, that's kind of, and I'm not stonewall, but I'm climbing over walls and that kind of thing to find information out. So, Wikipedia can only take a brother so far. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would say this: that I'm gonna look at some other options for some information out there for you as well. But you have always, every Never Taught you've done has enlightened me. Now, I've known some things about some things you talked about, but there's things you talked about I didn't know. So I went and researched the things, and I'm like, wow, this is a part of my history I missed. But you know what? It was never taught to me, so I had to go find it.
Mm-hmm.
So just so you know, that that segment of the show that we give out there, man, it's very enlightening, and I think it's very fruitful for people of color who listen to our show to say, hey, this is part of your history you probably never knew because you were never taught it.
Yeah.
And unless you talk about it, it's never gonna be there. So we appreciate you for that portion of it. Anybody else thoughts on that?
Big up yourselves, man. I like that segment a lot. I listened to the one again about the soldier we talked about. What was his name again? Dr. Death.
Oh yeah,
Black Death.
Black Death. Yeah, Black Death. And I listened to that one a couple of times, and I didn't catch everything you were saying the first time, but like the second time, I was like, man. And I actually was misunderstanding the conversation. When I listened back to it.
Shocker.
I really was. I mean, I got what you were saying, but I really was, because you called me out on that. G was like, I think you're misunderstanding what we're trying to say. But it's amazing when you look back and listen back. Hey, listen, man, I'm not perfect. Fuck y'all, man. Okay. But listen to your shit. Listen to yourself, man. Critique yourself. Okay, you can learn a lot from shit. Anyway,
as you say that, I have 3 things to say to you.
Yes.
Dixon doo-doo.
Never again.
So you say critique yourself. I want you to go back and listen to the episode again, and you just critique yourself.
That was Dre's fault. He carried that one on forever, and I couldn't stop. It just got contagious.
It's just like a nigga playing hide and go seek. Talking about we caught. No, you caught. He took you with him, didn't he? He took you right with him.
Out, yo. He got us both.
He got us both. He got you. He caught us.
They got us. No, it was Dre's fault,
I'm
man.
25 feet away from you, and how he catch us?
Yo, I'm listening back to this show, and I'm at a red light, just dying, just dying. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
And that's how we are when we together. Just good times, argue, and still get along. You know what I mean? Before brothers. That's what we do.
The good thing is that when we actually do the show, sometimes if you've never done a show or podcast, you do these things. You do the show that night, and then you got your life going. So when somebody asks you 3, 4, 5 days later, what was the show about? You're like, this run together. We did this, and I think we did this, and I'm gonna listen back. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna let you know. It starts to run together, man.
I remember
it's a lot.
I remember Terry called me one night. Video called me. He was like, "Yo, what did we talk about?" I think I named one thing. He was like, "Yep, we talked about that. What else?" I have no idea.
I got nothing.
Dre said, "I got nothing." He's like, "I got nothing." Thanks for the help, brother. But yeah, that's the reality, man. But it's and we, everybody listen to the podcast. We enjoy going back and listening to them as much as you do. Trust me. I miss some things during the show, and I'll go back and watch it, and I'm like, that was hilarious, and I missed it.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
I listen to the podcast the first hour I'm at work because I'm by myself, getting everything set up for the other guy to finally show up, and I'm just listening, and I'm like, laughing all loud. And I'm like, oh shit.
I think I'm doing this podcast just for me. and I'm not doing for anyone else. I really do, because I just want to hear the next episode. So every time I just want to hear I just want to hear this tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
We
People
gonna
like
we gonna hit
people
Big
like
Mark
people
up
heard
on
you say
his
that.
own.
People turning the shit off. They're like, oh, you do it just for you, huh? Click.
No,
Just for
listen.
me.
No,
I'm not listening no
we
more.
gonna hit Big Mark up for his own personal sponsorship to the show. He gets his own commercial. Your 30-second spot, your minute spot, your 50 seconds. What do you want? Send a check to gmoney@florida.com. Send that money on G. We'll have your commercial ready in 2 days, brother.
Oh
No doubt.
shit.
So you can be our first commercial subscriber. All right, so let's keep it pushing, man. Down the road again. Here we go. So let's move to the next segment. Love and don't hate. That's one of the segments that I like. No, love and don't like. It's love it. It was love and hate. We talked about that. So next segment I'm gonna do is gonna be called love and don't hate, not love and don't like. I'm so torn between what I want. Love and don't like. I can't use the word hate at all. Can I? Though? Can we vote on that again?
We could, yeah, we'll vote on that another time. You know, because last week
Next
I
time,
hated
okay.
some shit.
So right now it's gonna be called love and don't like. So we're gonna talk about something that happened in your life this week that you liked, and then we're gonna talk about something that happened in your week this week that you just didn't like. So let's start the day. Let's go with Mark, Big Mark. I haven't
What's
muted you yet
good,
through the show,
man?
so this is your last chance. What you
Big
got?
Heat?
Love and don't
Nah,
like.
I'm feeling pretty relaxed tonight. So I'm trying to bring my thoughts back together and trying to be one with myself again. One of the things that I wanted to bring up that I appreciate with all the tribulations and anxiety and shit that's going on in the world, I really do love being a black man in America. That's
You don't have a choice.
True
well,
that. Facts.
but for me, it's like I'm really Jamaican, but I'm a black man from Jamaica in America, and I like that. I reflect on my past. I mean, I know we all come up broke, but y'all ninjas ain't come up broke like I come up broke. I mean, listen, Jamaica broke is different from Baltimore Druid Hill broke. I'm just sorry, it's different. It's
Who's
just
from
different.
Druid Hill?
That's
Just out of
who
curiosity.
he calling from Druid Hill? First of
I'm
all,
not saying
First
y'all
of
from.
all,
I'm not
oh,
saying y'all from Druid
Oh,
Hill.
you named
I'm
the
just saying.
area. You know how we are. Like, hold on.
I just
who's
wanted
from Druid Hill?
to. I just wanted to give
Dre,
some
he got it down
perspective.
Wildwood Parkway in Gwynns Falls. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? It's just
Oh,
different. You know what I mean?
heard,
But
heard.
I do, man. I just love being a black man in America. I just think with all the chaos, with all the shootings, with all the killings, you know what I mean? I'm not successful like, Denzel and all them guys like that, but I feel successful. You know what I mean? Because it's the journey. It's not about where I'm at so much. It's that journey, because you look back and you really reflect on where you came from,
A wise
and you
man
look
once said,
today.
a wise man once said, success is not what people see in you, but what you see in yourself.
Yeah. I don't know who that wise guy was, but he's very
I
wise.
challenge you to Google it and come back and tell me who it was.
Yeah, I do. I mean, because that's what I see. You know what I mean? I see success in myself, even though I'm not that guy. I don't need to be that guy, although I want to have his money, but I don't need to be that guy to call myself successful. It's that journey. It's really about the journey. And that's kind of what I love, man. I just love that shit right there.
Feel you.
It's
Feel
awesome.
you.
You know what I
Hit
mean?
me on the other side. What's something you
The other side, man, I don't like getting doo-doo on my fingers when I go to the toilet.
I'm not gonna do it. Here come the mute.
Mute,
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Mute.
Say something right now. Hey, listen. If you're a fan of Big Mark, you ain't gonna hear from him for the next 2 or 3 minutes, okay? Because he gonna behave himself on this show. I'm telling you, we require decorum. We require decorum on this show, and he has broken the rules of decorum. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm going to need a
I
minute.
didn't read the comments about the doo-doo on the finger thing. You know what I mean? Them
I'm
comments
sorry.
was raw.
I'm sorry.
tell you.
That just went there. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do
There's
that.
people looking for Mark in the streets now. You
They
know,
literally had something
I'll tell you what, he's
completely
not getting a lot
different
of
planned.
handshakes. I'll tell you that. not getting a lot of handshakes. Out there.
There's a lot of people thinking that Mark likes anal play and shit.
Whoa! Now we jump down the road. Now we jump down the road.
Woo! Hey, that'll calm you down real quick. I'm not even
Right.
smiling anymore. Like
Right.
he just killed. He just killed everything.
So listen. I don't know. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna throw this out. I don't do it during the greater good. I do it in the greater good. It's gonna take so long. So since we're talking about it, let's go ahead and ask the question. Because as we all know, we have a lot of female subscribers to our channel, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna ask y'all fellas, and I'm gonna ask the percentage of men you think that. And the minute you know, you don't have to answer for yourself, but just answer for the amount of men you know. I watch a lot of stuff. Now I'm open to. I see a lot of stuff on TV, on YouTube, on Netflix, on Roku. I see a lot of stuff. How many of y'all are actually out there eating ass?
Lord have mercy.
I'm talking about eating ass,
Mm.
not ass. I'm talking about just eating ass. Help me out, G.
What you want me to help you out with?
He said, bro, I ain't got no money in my pockets. What you want to help me with?
I'm gonna say the percentage is really high, but when you ask,
Trey.
no, listen. Then when you ask them, no, I don't do it. No, I don't do it. But I know a lot of females. They were like, oh yeah, my boyfriend did this and my boyfriend did that, and you were like, ooh. and then there's a couple of guys I know. They proud of it. They talk about it all the time. I'm like, don't drink from my glass, nigga.
We can't share a straw. We got no glasses.
I can't even talk to y'all right now.
I don't even want to sit in the front seat with you.
I can't even talk to y'all right now.
You might talk to me and breathe on me too hard. I got throw up in my stomach.
Spit when you talk. Is that an ass?
Mark, what you talking about?
Hey, listen, but that is a thing though. I mean, you know, I've seen enough stuff online that's a thing. That is a definite
Which is
thing.
why I proposed the question: how many men are actually doing that? Like, I'm gonna go speak for myself. I'm not eating no ass. I'm from that genre. If you don't like that, ladies, I don't care. I'm married anyway. Don't give a damn. I'm tearing down. It's the doo-doo hole. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yo, come on, man. I know you done slipped up once or twice in your life. You're like, oops, what the hell? I know you.
you know how
You've been married 20 years,
he
nigga.
said like-
You've been
he
married
said like,
20
oops.
years. You've been married 20 years. Ain't no fucking way. You
never-
tell me you ain't slip up one time. Like, oops.
If it happened, I was way too messed up to know.
Mark.
In my mind right now,
Yeah,
I am
shit.
never
Yeah,
doing
Dre.
it.
You know how they had those shopping carts and they got that little black box on it, and you can't go past a certain line or it would just lock up on you. That's how it is.
I live in suburban
Shopping
America.
cart?
I don't know what that's like.
Well, it's a certain line and it stops, locks up right
That's
there.
some save a lot shit. I ain't never seen no.
Now,
Maybe
when
my
you know-
neighborhood is too white, but no, you
I
can
can really
free
say-
roam. We have those free range carts. Where I'm at, you free
Nah,
range.
boy, not where I live at down.
Well,
when I
what
was living
about them
downtown,
carts, yo? What happened? What happened to them carts?
What they lock up after you get to a certain line, like you can't leave the parking lot, or you can't leave a certain area. It's like a yellow line. Once you get to that yellow line, they just click up.
It's like
They
That's
that.
got
how
one
I
of them
am.
things. They got one of them things you put around the dog's neck. Them,
No,
one of them
there's a
little
little
buzz
box
things.
on the wheel.
It's called an electronic fence.
They got how the cart gonna have an electronic fence on it? That don't make no goddamn sense.
Google it, y'all. It happens.
It makes
You try to go past the electronic fence with the collar on, it will shock the fuck out of the dog.
I'm talking about a shopping cart. How can
So
a
when
shopping
you-
cart
Do you
have an
once again-
electronic fence?
Is my mic too low? Once again,
No.
if you get to a certain line, it shuts down. The wheel locks. You can't move it. So,
So
if
you
you're
just
trying
gotta
to
pick
steal
it
a
up and
shopping
carry it
cart,
to your car.
no,
That's
it's not to the car.
Mark will
It's
pick
you
it up
trying
in the
to
next,
leave
like the third time he listens to this episode. He'll
So
pick it up.
somebody says
Yeah.
if you get to the
I'm
yellow
done.
line and you park behind the yellow line, you gotta take all your groceries out the car. Past the car, you gotta
So
take
the yellow
carry
line
them to the next
is
three spots.
the yellow line is right at the end of the parking lot. So if you try to leave the parking lot with a shopping cart, the wheel locks. I can't believe I'm
Oh,
explaining
okay.
this to you.
You got free reign within the parking lot, but if you try to
Yes.
leave where the parking lot
Yeah,
is, that's when
really
the cart is
dependent
shut
upon
down.
where you're shopping. See, that's where you see a lot of shopping carts on the neighborhood streets and shit.
I think,
Trying to prevent
and
that.
I also think that's such a waste of fucking money
And then just making them
for
hot
that
rod.
grocery department to do.
Then
That's
turn shopping
yeah.
carts to
I
hot
can't.
rods.
What?
Yo, how
They
much?
want
Yo,
the
how much
bar-
does a cart cost? If a cart costs a lot of
How-
money, yeah, you gotta
yeah.
protect that shit.
Yeah, but they're gonna spend. That sounds like $1 million project to protect some shopping carts.
Oh no.
I don't
Million
know.
dollar
It just
project.
You want some other shit. You want some other shit.
no. That's very intuitive. This program that is stop the shopping cart from moving because you don't
So
pass the line.
basically, Dre was comparing that black box that's on it to the black box that's on the ass.
Yes, sir.
If you get too
I
close,
know.
That's
you
around
get
your-
a shock
that's
to your
around your
neck.
ankle.
Zzz.
Listen, the
I'm
one that's
sorry.
around your ankle when you come out. If you go
Get
too
right
far
there.
away from here, it stop. Beep,
Right there.
beep.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, too far. Let me walk back to the house. Yeah, that's real. That's real. To keep it
That's
pushing,
real.
Mark.
I mean, to
Hilarious,
each his
that's
own.
real.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever
Yep.
it is you like to do,
Whatever
do your
floats your boat.
thing. You know what I mean? Shit.
I ain't,
That's G's. Is that you saying you do eat ass or you don't eat ass? Well, whoever likes it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna say I did or I say I didn't. I'm just gonna say whatever you want to do, you do whatever you want to do.
so
However that may be.
That's G Money at 1829gmail.com. Go ahead, ladies. He said, whatever you want to do, we gonna do.
Whatever it is you do, you do. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You
well,
know.
think of how many brothers in jail. What they call it, tossing salads.
No, we're not gonna on that. We're not gonna.
That's
Oh.
awful. That's
You're
awful.
muted. You're about to get
You
muted,
took this
Drake.
from a
Not
nice,
gonna do that.
peaceful little conversation to some
How's it
nasty
peaceful? Y'all
shit.
talking about eating ass?
Yeah, that's
Well,
not.
first of all,
not
if I'm eating
peaceful.
Suzanne's ass, that's different than eating Daryl's ass. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta eat Daryl's ass, I'm eating Daryl's ass.
Damn.
I'm trying to stay alive. If I'm gonna eat
Susan-
Suzanne's ass, that's a
Suzanne
choice.
was Steve before he got locked up.
Nah, don't do that.
Oh,
Don't do that.
Jesus.
Don't do that.
Well, how'd she look?
We have.
I'm
Hey,
not
listen.
doing this with y'all. Hey,
Someone
Mark,
has to be the responsible one. We got to bring him back. Bring him back.
I'm
Come
trying
back.
to. I'm
Come
really
back.
trying. They're forcing me to participate.
Bring him back,
trying,
T.
but they're
Bring
forcing-
him back,
Alright, so-
T.
All right, let's do it. Let's
I'm
keep
not
it
gonna say
pushing, man. Moving on down the road. Let's go ahead and let's jump on G Money for should love and you don't like this week. Give us to it, brother.
Well, sorry, I had to take a moment. Okay, so really, this weekend, I was able to watch my daughter play soccer, and we've been watching, them play and they're doing their thing, for years now. It just this past weekend, I really was. It really pulled me in. You know what I mean? Her skill set, her ability, where she's come from, in terms of her skills and what she can do and what she can't do, and her, how tenacious she is, and just she's pulling me into these games, bro, and I'm loving it. You know what I mean? I'm really stepping back, and I'm not giving too much direction, especially during the game. I'm not saying shit, right? I'm clapping. I'm cheering. If I do say anything, it's good. It's good across the board. I definitely don't blurt out negative shit, although I want to. What the fuck? Get the ball. I choose not to. You know what I mean? And I've grown a lot. I've grown a lot in that respect. And but it's just I love watching her play, bro. It's just so dope, and she's gotten so much better. And she
And she's a player
making
too, dude.
impact.
She's a player.
Yeah, and
She's a ball.
she goes out there and she's tenacious with it. You know what I mean? She's not scared, so that's dope to watch. As far as what I really don't like, God damn it! I swear, I call this motherfucker who's cutting my grass, and I'm like, yo, I need X, Y, and Z. Oh, Mr. Center, we got you. Yeah, blah blah blah. I ain't heard from him in a week. All right. Call him again. Hey man, how you doing? Yeah, listen, we spoke last week and you told me that homeboy's gonna come out here and was gonna give me that quote. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll be by. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna come by today. Oh, really? Okay, you today? Oh yeah. I'm gonna swing through. You home today? Yeah, I'm home. All right, bet. Seeing hide nor hair, this motherfucker. I hate when vendors and these motherfuckers say they're gonna do something and then just don't fucking do it. Fuck you. You know what I mean? You obviously don't want my money. Fuck you. That's a piece of shit.
Let me ask a question because we black men keeping it real. Were they black, Hispanic, or white?
I refuse to answer that on the grounds of prejudices that could possibly happen. Just know that these motherfuckers is cutting my grass, and it pisses me off that I asked them. I got some trees and some bushes and shit.
We appreciate it.
I got some trees and some bushes and shit back here. I need cut, man, and I and it's an additional charge, which I ain't got a problem with, right? But bring your ass out here when you say you're gonna come. What the fuck is that?
Try to hide a brother. Your brother.
How
buddy
did
might
you?
go
How
anytime.
did you? How did you get them? How did you get them? Not sorry, Terry. How did you get that vendor to come out? Where you get them from?
Well, the vendor came with the house, so they were already cutting the grass. So we said fuck it, we'll just keep them on, right? And for the most part, they've been okay. Hasn't really seen a true need to change. But there hasn't been that many conversations between us and them in terms of what we're actually paying for versus what they actually do. So we've had that conversation, and palm trees are a bitch, just so you know. So when you have palm trees, you got to get them motherfuckers pruned and some more shit,
Sure.
and it's kind of a bitch. So, but there's some other things that are going on in my yard that I need to get squared away, and he seemed like he wanted to be the guy, and this motherfucker wasn't. He tells me he's gonna do something, and he ain't do it. That shit, that shit bothers the fuck out of me. I feel like grabbing him by his motherfucking neck. Like, yo, fuck you. I don't need your motherfucking and kicking their ass and then finding a whole new vendor. But, that shit bothers the fuck out of me, bro.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that though. Like you should probably not grab him up by the neck. I feel you. You.
Yeah,
at least,
yeah.
Or at least wait till the week when we're not recording when you grab them up.
Please.
True.
Labor Day is coming up. Labor Day. If you want to choke that motherfucker on Friday, choke the fuck out of him on Friday.
Come on, man. If you say you're gonna do something, just do it. Is that crazy? I mean, is that where America is now? Well, I'll be there. Oh, then you just don't show up. Fuck you, man. I got money. I got green. My money spends too, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know how you really feel about it, brother. I want you to tell how you really, really feel about
Thank
it.
you.
I don't think it's dislike. I think it's angry.
It's definitely angry, man, and that's where it takes me from dislike to anger real fast.
So let me say this: if you that brother out there and you listening to this show and you happen to hear this portion of it, you might want to get to G Money's house to take care of his stuff. Cause
That shit is dead. That's dead. If he come here now, I'm like, yo, nigga, just cut the grass. You straight. Stay with the grass. I'm gonna get these other motherfuckers out here to take care of shit. You
don't get no shrubbery duty. You ain't get make no shrubbery money.
No shrubbery duty.
You out your mind. You out your damn.
Don't you
That
touch
white
my
people
shrubs.
problems. So listen, let me keep it pushing. Dre, I'm sorry, G. We appreciate you, man. Dre Money, Dre,
Yeah.
G Money, Dre, LG people.
Hey,
No,
whatever.
just Dre.
We
Dre
all look
dog.
like ass.
Go ahead, man. Give us your love, man. Give us something you love.
I love the fact that we moved. That we moved. Me and my family.
Okay.
A lot of opportunities, a lot of good things for everyone that's in the house. So I'm really happy about that. But I'm extremely happy about that. I really am. It's a two-parter of the dislike. I do miss being in Baltimore. I'm not gonna front. I dislike not having my friends around or not be able to, see them or socialize with them as much as I do, especially with my birthday coming up. So everybody's like, oh, what do you want to do for your birthday? We're going to do this, we're going to do that. I'm like, it ain't got to be big. Who's going to come down here? You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody flying down here right now. Texas is a heat zone.
Ain't nobody flying down for your 56th birthday. That ain't
Yeah,
happening.
right. Yeah.
56 is not one. It's not
I
enough.
know, I know what you mean, Grandpa. What I dislike, can I say, because it's kind of like what G has to say, can I say the company's name?
No.
You probably shouldn't.
No.
Okay.
I don't feel like putting on a suit that Saturday to go, that Friday to go to court. I don't feel like it. So no.
Well, the cable company that we have been into my house in the last 10 days 4 fucking times. I've had the router replaced 3 times. I've had the modem replaced 4 times. Cables changed every time. The guy came here tonight around 5 o'clock.
So he was truly scheduled between 1 and 5.
No. He was scheduled between 6 and 7 p.m. And he called me early. He was like, "Is it all right if I come?" I was like, "Yes, by all means, come."
That call never happened.
So, yeah, right. So he showed up at like 5:18. He was here for like an hour, fixing, changing things. As soon as he left, everything went off. The same problem I've been having It just happened again.
So Dre,
So-
let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask the question: was he black, white, or Puerto Rican? Hispanic. I'm sorry. There you
White
go.
dude. This time.
Technology across all races.
Yep.
It doesn't matter who comes.
So I called him back, and I'm like, and he was like, "Oh, are you calling about the technician that just came out of your house?" I was like, "Kinda." As you can see, it's out again, and it's get on the computer like. Oh yeah, we see it went out 4 times since he left. I'm like, yeah, this is getting frustrated. I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to cut y'all loose altogether. I'm like, no, sir, we're gonna get somebody out there right now. I'm like, oh, word? Cool. He was like, you'll get a call in like 5 minutes. I'm like, all right. So the dude calls me back in 5 minutes, or the dispatcher. And he was like, oh, I can have somebody out there at 3. I'm like, 3 a.m.? And he was like, no, 3 p.m. tomorrow. I was like, well, no, the dude said you're going to have somebody out, out tonight. He was like, oh, that's not possible. I was like, they had to get the phone away from me. I was like, yeah, you can come in at 3 o'clock and pick this shit up. Like, I'm ready to just get rid of it altogether. I don't care. Go with whoever. I don't care. Bob and Ted's cable company. I don't care. Right now, I'm pissed with these people.
Know how we do.
I was scared to record tonight. I was thinking it was going to happen again.
Well,
This-
Wow.
There's no time left. There's no time left, so we're on borrowed time right now. But
Hurry
right
up and
now
speak
we're
quick.
good.
Gotta speak quick.
Yeah, right now we're good, but we're on borrowed time. I'm gonna tell you what, I went through that same thing, Dre, with DirecTV when I moved from them to from Dish to DirecTV, and Dish had put the satellites on my house, right? So when I told them I was leaving the contract, go ahead, but just pay the money, whatever. I want you out of my house because it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they're gonna tell me that they don't remove the satellite from the house; they just disconnect the server.
Yeah.
I said that if you don't have someone come to my house, I will beat this down with a bat. I will take a bat to the side. I will. If you think I'm supposed to send the dish back to you? Oh, you wait till you see what condition that dish is when you get it back. You will never be able to use that one again. I guarantee you.
Terry,
I would
you
do
know
the
what's-
same thing with them, dude. I did.
You know what's so funny? I called DirecTV and was like, how much is for the service and come, with the setup. And he's like, oh, we don't do it in your area. I was like, that's funny because I have a satellite on my roof
Which is great.
that says DirecTV. He was like, yes, but we're not in that area anymore. I'm like, what? That don't even make sense.
Pick and choose, man. They pick and choose.
Mm.
If you get it, I'm gonna put my number in. I'll give you my code so we can both get the NFL
Sunday
for free.
ticket.
Yes, sir. Because here's how I get the Sunday ticket. I'm gonna be brief. I get the Sunday ticket for free every year. And DirecTV, if y'all listen, this is no disclaimer. I'm talking about this is not about y'all. This is Defect TV. So if you call Defect TV every year, and they always give the NFL Sunday ticket free to new subscribers, right?
Mhm.
I've been with DirecTV for 11 years, 12 years. I call them and go, bro, for real, 12 years? You can give the person been for 1 year. They might keep it just for that season and leave you. I'm 11. I'm your man. They're like, boop, you get it for free, Mr. Cook. I've been doing that for like 6 years, dude. Eventually gonna stop hiring new people. This dude calls every year and does this. He
Hey,
calls
I
every
love
year and
that.
does this.
I love that hack, T. I love that hack, and I love that you shared that. You need to tell that again.
Dude, call DirecTV. If you want the NFL Sunday ticket and you're already a DirecTV holder, call them and say it is unfair that a new account gets that promotion free and you got to pay for it. When you've been with them for however long, you are guaranteed customer. And they will I'm telling you what, they're going to send you to what's called their retention people, their retention squad. That's the name for it. We're going to send you over to retention squad, and they're going to retain the hell out of you by giving you DirecTV for free. I mean, the Sunday ticket for free. They're going to
Oh, I
retain the hell
love
out of
it.
you.
I love it.
Period, point blank.
I love it.
If
Wish
it
I
doesn't
could
work
get
for you,
DirecTV.
if it doesn't work for you, give me your number. I'll call them for you. It's okay.
Wish I can get it. They talking about it ain't in my area, so
Keep it pushing on down the line. Where we at with this? G done got us.
it's your turn,
Dre
baby.
done hit us. Mark done hit us. I guess it's my time. Some I love, some I didn't like. This week, I love the fact that I have free time on my hands. I work. I pick my schedule. I have the blessing of working from home and being able to dictate my schedule. So that gives me some free time on my hands. Now, my wife works that full time. She works from home. So I get free time on my hands to go. What am I going to do right now for the next hour? I got nothing on work. I got everything's covered at work. We're good. Let me go ahead and just drive for a second. And I go out and I drive around. I go do things. You know, I go to stores. I go to different stores. I go look for things. Hey, pick up something here, pick up something here. Maybe get some salmon. Just different stores. I'm out of my area, Mark. Out of my area. You know, I drive a little bit out of my area.
Yeah, I feel you.
And do some things. So I love the fact that I have that time to do that. What I hate is that I'm the most indecisive dude you've ever met when it comes to taking that time out. You know what I mean? Like, I normally spend, if I allowed an hour and a half for myself, right, to just go out and do something, I spend roughly 45 minutes of that going, well, what should I do? And when I say that, I mean, I drove over here and was like, nah, I've been here before. Let me drive over here. Nah, I've been here before. And then in the last 30 minutes or so, I find something to do, but I don't have enough time to enjoy it. So I'm struggling with that. So what I'm saying is that, listen, when I tell you that this matters to me, there's 1,000 people in the world right now that understand what I'm talking about.
And
when
I'm
you
one of
have
them.
free time and you don't know what the hell to do with it, but you're trying to maximize your free time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
one
then
of
don't
them,
get me
man.
wrong, I'm blessed that I have free time. And maybe I'm just old, but I can't like run down the street and see my boys no more. If I had free time back in the day, I'd be like, let me run to G's crib real quick. You know, I'm sorry, we'll do some workout. We'll do some workout. we go from there. You know, one of J's crib. We do some workouts. Go see Martin. We got to do some workouts. You know, we do something. You know what I mean? Hey, Dre, it's a different time in our lives, brother. I can't go there. It's 2021. I can't go there. My bad.
Y'all gotta watch the video to get what we talking about right now.
I'm
This
sorry,
is funny as shit.
I'm sorry about that.
You
Listen.
gotta watch the video for that one. I'm
I'm
sorry.
trying to do better. I'm trying to do better. And G, I'm
Oh,
sorry I went to you
shit.
first. I'm sorry I went to you first, but there's more commonplace. So, but I hate the fact that I don't know what to do with my time because basically you ninjas ain't around right now. Like I knew how to fill an hour and a half of my time when I was around y'all. It was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You know what I mean? Crisscross applesauce. Y'all ain't around.
That's real, man. That's
I'm out
real.
driving around looking at the place like, yeah, I could go over here and check out this
That's
news.
real.
You know what I mean? I
T,
don't hate
that's
it, but
real,
it's
man.
different.
That's real. I did the same. I did the same shit this week. Last week, Friday. I went to go for lunch. With me being new on the job, my schedule is starting to fill up a little bit this week. To this particular day was pretty busy, but last week it wasn't so much. So I'm still like getting my feet wet. But so I decided to take a lunch break. And I didn't know what to do with that lunch break. So I drove from the job all the way downtown. And then I got downtown and I was like, well, I'm not going to pay for parking down here. So what the fuck do I do now?
Turn around and drive away back to work.
That's exactly what the fuck I did.
I feel you, dog.
You know what I mean? And then I was trying to find something to do. You know what I mean? So I feel you. Dude, that is a real... That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
So you don't work at the Mark? You don't work at the plant downtown?
Yeah, Domino Sugar.
I do Domino Sugar, yeah. But like I said, it was some downtime. I had nothing going on. I had nothing on my schedule, so it was like 11:40 something. I think it was. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get something to eat.
I want to clip the confusion when Dre said you don't work at the Domino the plant downtown. See, when Mark said he drove downtown, he meant to like over by the power plant where the club,
Yeah.
where the
My bad.
used
My
to be.
bad. My
You
bad.
don't understand that Domino Sugar is still downtown.
It's still downtown.
So
But
Dre, I understand the question. I understand the question.
Because I was confused as
did
hell.
not
Mark was talking
understand
about
the question.
Center City Central downtown.
Yeah,
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah,
The harbor
Key
area.
Highway,
that's-
took
yeah.
that all the way downtown.
So just cross
Suburban
the
dudes, that's downtown, man.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I was in that same quandary though, Terry, that you were talking about. Like, what do I do with this free time that I have right now? And it was very stressful. It was a stressful moment.
Yeah,
Trying to figure out what to do. Yeah, so I feel you on that. It was stressful.
Yeah, so I figure if I haven't figured it out by like if it continues to mess with me, I'm just smart. I'm just gonna stay and work. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna stay and do some more work because that's probably what I should do anyway. But you need work you need break during the day. But anyway, we'll keep on pushing. We'll talk about that more down the road. So let's move on to the next segment. We're gonna be out of the love and hate segment. And brothers, I'll tell you something. Dre, I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna tell you something right now, G. These are. I just want our listeners to say that when we do our love and hate segment, no more we do never talk segment or random thoughts. These are whole shows. Like when we talk about those sections and segments of the show, this could turn into an entire podcast about that one particular thing when you're dealing with these four dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, we can talk about driving around all day. We can talk about anything for hours at a time.
Yeah.
All day.
And it's great that we can do that. So, but it hasn't changed in 30 years. So what do you expect? So let's keep it pushing. G, you good?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's Dre, you good?
Yeah.
Marcus, you good?
Midday, man. Midday. You know some midday.
I only ask when everybody in their 50s and people's bladders get messed up. So I don't know if we want to take a commercial break. Now. I ain't calling nobody out. Speaking for
Oh,
myself,
what is
mostly.
that? Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm saying if we're taking a commercial break, let's do it.
So listen. This commercial break is going to be brought to us by the commercial sponsor that sponsors the With the Ham Sandwich. Mark, that would this week be?
That would be the LGBT Boys Town Summer Camp.
Fantastic. When we come back, I can guarantee you, when we come back from this segment, we're gonna be laughing.
I'm scared to come back.
Well, listen, we're gonna take a commercial break.
I ain't coming back.
Hell no. Yeah, I might just sign off at this point.
My internet just went out.
We will be
Stay
back.
tuned. Don't change that dial.
We will be back. Don't go to nothing else. We will be back in exactly about 4:30. It's 7:30. We'll be back in just a few, man. Y'all keep listening.
Stupid as hell.
All right, man. Welcome back. Welcome back out of commercial break. I'll tell you something. We just laughed for as long as we were gone. I don't know how long that commercial break was. We're off the schedule. I don't know. Steve will tell us, but we just laughed for as long as we were gone. We have been laughing, and we're still laughing. And not at the subject, but just at us. So, Mark, go ahead and give us back to where that commercial statement was from, and then we can go right into with the hand.
Yeah, that commercial. Yeah, it's brought to you by the LGBT Boys Town Summer Camp, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about them. But listen, before I get into the sponsors and everything, you know, like I try to do, all the stuff I say is all the way made up, but it's true to me, So it's all for your entertainment value. But again, listen, today's segment, What the Ham Sandwich, is brought to you by the LGBT Boys Town Summer Camp. On the door, they got a motto that says, your son will have fun that's out of this world playing with other boys who don't like girls. So I just, give it up to my sponsors. Listen, man, they come through, in short notice sometimes, but we appreciate all their support and love. And I just want to give it up to that summer camp. Listen, your son will have fun that's out of this world playing with other boys that don't like girls. I mean, that's what they do. Okay.
I just want to say,
big up to them.
On behalf of the 4 and 4 podcast, we did not have time to vet the sponsor. So, just for sake of saying that, you may not hear from them again, but let's go with that this weekend. Let's go with this week. This week it works.
But in the news today, listen, I was looking through, I was researching a lot this week, and I thought it would be very interesting to point out to you guys. There's a very little known Black history fact that people don't really know. And you know what, G, I should have gave this to you for the Never Taught segment. But on May 5th, 1962, Terry Walt Gibbons, he was the first brother to ask a co-worker, yo, let me hold 20 till Friday. Real talk. Motherfucking Terry Walt Gibbons. Yo, let me hold 20 till Friday.
Why is it going to be Terry?
I'm just saying, look it up, 1962, May 5th. But you know what? He was also the first brother that didn't pay up when the money was due. And then on Monday, when he got to work, he got the shit smacked out of him because he ain't had the money. Real talk. Real talk, man. That's what they do, man. That's crazy, though, man. But listen, you got to know your history, dude. Look him up. motherfucker named
Uh-oh.
Terry Wilt
No,
Gibbons.
he didn't freeze.
Yo, let me hold 20 till Friday.
Come on
Oh, he
back.
got
Bubba.
internet
You know what up?
issues.
Huh?
Hold on, back up. You had the internet. So go back up.
No, I'm saying the dude. Listen, the thing that came to mind when I was reading this article. How come when you ask somebody for $20, right? They give it to you, and they be like, "Yo, you gonna run me down for that little 20?" That shit wasn't little when you asked me for it. You know what I mean?
Or even worse, Mark, they pay you back in installments. You got my 20. No, I got 5.
Got 5 on it.
That's
5 on
crazy
it.
as shit.
I can't pay, but I can put something on it though.
I really should have put this in my my love dislike segment because I really don't like that. You know what I mean? You loan somebody some money, you expect some repayment. Anyway, that's all I got for what the ham sandwich this week. Give it up,
Man.
big
Yeah,
up
we
to
appreciate
myself.
you, Marcus. Let me get that. There it is. We appreciate you segment with the ham sandwich. So let's go ahead and keep it moving, man. And at this point in the show, we can go ahead and get into something that's relative to the time and stake that's going on. We usually call it kicking the Willy Bobo, but we all know what's happening. Right? As we know, the very last troops, American troops, pulled out of Afghanistan tonight on the plane home. So we have no more troops in Afghanistan. There are some allies that are still there, that we would like to be able to help out. But we can go ahead and talk about that for a little bit, and then anything would be great to get out of here. So, G, you want to start us on the Afghanistan thing, man?
Well, yeah, thank you. I guess the not understanding and not being in the military, watching the news here and there. There's been some things that I've watched that have suggested that we've waited too long. Meaning, if we would have pulled if we would have pulled our troops out in July, we would have had a better result in terms of what's been happening there. And like I said, in terms of how much news I watch and don't watch, what the fuck? I mean, what's a month? I mean, what's the goddamn difference? I mean, it sounds to me like if they would have pulled them out in July, what the fuck difference does that make? If August, July, don't matter. It was
Well,
going to be
can-
met
can
with
I-
violence
20 years.
regardless.
I would say 20 years.
Well, can I
understand the
stop?
first 5.
I'm
I
sorry.
get the
I'm
first-
sorry,
I get the-
Terry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you guys. Can we just back up a little bit about what's actually going on? And for some of our viewers and listeners that don't really understand
don't
what
say,
happened in
stop.
Afghanistan.
Don't say some of our viewers. Say for you.
Okay,
I
okay.
thought, and the crazy thing is, I thought I had prefaced it before we began that segment by saying that the last troops have pulled out of Afghanistan to end a 20-year war, and we're no longer there. So now Kabul is going to be available. The ISIS and the Taliban got to figure it out, but it's not our war to fight anymore. So we pulled out of a 20-year war mark, and now all of our troops are home. So that's what we're talking about. Just for our listeners.
All right, I'm caught up.
So everything that G said about that, we gotta go ahead and rewind that and bring that back forward.
We could have.
And I would say is that they worried about a month. We've been there for 20 years, brother.
I could have said we could have pulled out years ago.
4 or 5 presidents. We've been there for 20 years. Don't tell me that the pull-out strategy. Okay, I'm saying, fella, liken it to when you were 20 years old. The pull-out strategy's got to be the same regardless. All right, your pull-out strategy don't change. It has to be. I like the way y'all responded to that. Cause y'all know what the hell I'm talking about.
What are we talking about again?
He said I got a 5 score. Plug in weak.
I don't know,
You know what I mean?
what the hell are we talking
Pull out
about?
what? What you mean? Pull out where?
I thought we were talking about wars and shit. What just happened?
And you know what? And they're all encompassing.
Well,
they're all encompassing.
The war started 2001, October 7th.
20 years.
Yeah, where the U.S. sought out to remove the Taliban from power as they were hosting.
Because they attacked our government.
Yep. Al Qaeda militants were the main suspect of September 11 attacks.
Exactly.
The
So we
group-
went there to. Go ahead, Dre. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. The group launched attacks against the Taliban as well as NATO troops. In my opinion, we were there entirely too long.
Are you kidding me? So, Dre, you're a military guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you go in the military, my dad was a military guy. When you go in the military, you get a mission, you accomplish a mission, or you fail the mission, but you're done with the mission.
Yeah.
So when the mission was, when we went over to Afghanistan, was to find the MFs that messed up, that did 9/11. That we're gonna come and catch you and kill you, just like Saddam. We know you did it. We're gonna come and get you.
Yeah.
But But we did that. We accomplished that. And then we stay there to, I don't know what to be. I don't know what we're trying to do with that country. Rebuild. We're not rebuilding that country. It's the Middle East. They have things going on religiously. What's the word I want to use? Not gangs, but there's factioned off in different parties and political views.
Yeah.
So they've been warring since Jesus was here. You know, they've been going at it for forever. We went over there for 20 years, and what did we solve? Not much. We lost some soldiers. And I just want to take a moment to say peace out to all the soldiers that we lost during that time, that 20-year time. We appreciate your service and what you given your life for what we call America, for us to be able to sit on this podcast and do this for you, protecting us. We appreciate you. We've never forgotten. And for the families that went through that, we appreciate you too.
And so the ones that are still alive but just came home, welcome home.
Yeah, everybody that fought in that war, that did anything for us to be able to stay home and do what we're doing right now. We appreciate you. We love you, and thank you for doing that. That being said,
did you see the video of the guy? He was hanging on a plane.
Oh, there's several.
Yeah, but the one, not the video when the guy fell off, but the one video where the guy was hanging on, and he was just showing how the rest of the people were hanging on the plane, trying to get the hell out of it. That's how bad it is. You know what I mean?
And I get that, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Dre, right now. If I'm at Dulles International Airport and I can't get a seat inside the plane, I'm probably not gonna try and hang on the wing for this 30,000 foot flight. I'm not gonna try and do that.
You also not living in a rock hut and trying to get the hell out of it. Touche. You got that? You're right. You're 100% right. They are celebrating. The Taliban is celebrating like it's 4th of July.
Shooting off guns tonight. It's like
shooting
4th
off
of
guns,
July.
fireworks, missiles, the whole nine.
They will mark August 30th as a day of celebration in that country. That'll be a holiday. When the American troops left.
Yeah.
After 20 years.
When they took over the
embassy.
Yeah, embassy. They were in the workout room and they didn't even know how to use the equipment. You seen that video?
I saw several dudes trying to throw the weights out the window like they were bombs or grenades, but yeah, they had no idea.
It was on ellipticals going backwards. And
It'd have been a bad show at the 11 o'clock gym show for you. You know what I mean? It'd been a bad look.
You know,
which I'm very willing to do remotely. I'm very willing to do that remote. I can tell you that right now.
I don't follow the news all the time anymore because I just don't like all the negativity. But I have heard some things about it, and I'm just trying to understand: was this pull out of Afghanistan? Did that have something to do with the bombings at Kabul?
No,
airport.
They were planning to pull out beforehand. Just the Taliban just has more weapons now, and they was like, let's get them. Let's
call it what it is. America's been trying to get out of this war for about 10 to 12 years. They're trying to get away. And every president, Obama, Trump, even Bush that got us into the war, Bush too. Once the mission was accomplished, we tried to figure out how to leave and not have exactly what's happening right now happen. So we could have left in 2007 after the mission was accomplished, and we would have the same result as what we have right now. Yeah. So the only thing that we lost was more servicemen to America and women. Servicemen and women. That's the only thing we lost by not getting the hell out. So the bombing at Kabul airport was a result of the fact that the United States troops are leaving. They would not have done that if the United States troops were still there. They don't want to do that because we come with heavy force. And we've already, I don't know if y'all heard about it, but the drone strikes back at those ISIS-K or whatever they call them has already been made by the Biden administration. I appreciate them doing that, but I'm saying
let me ask you this, Terry. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Does the bombing at Kabul, does that prompt the U.S. to now say, hey, we need to put men back?
No, they
not pull them out.
The response was drone strike. The response
was a drone strike.
Yeah, the response was not ground. It was all air power. So I mean, you're pulling men out. You're not gonna put men back on the ground. I'm not a general, but I would just say if I'm pulling everybody out and they bomb the airport, we got an answer for that. But it's air power.
Yeah,
biggest air force. Yeah, air power.
I mean,
so. And it's gonna continue.
They can have the drones come from sea, from one of the aircraft carriers.
Exactly.
And take everything out. Don't get the big bombs going.
I'm not talking about manned drones. I'm talking about unmanned
Oh, yeah.
drones that they're guiding
Yeah,
from back.
yeah,
You know, back in the ship. They got this thing going on there.
Got the
Bop.
joystick.
So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then that's the response that the United States is giving, and I think that we need to use that response and continue because it pinpoints the bad dudes. You know what I mean? It's like it pinpoints the F-ups.
Yeah.
So let's go get them and not have a lot of collateral damage. Collateral damage is a thing, but we can pinpoint who we're looking for. We can pinpoint their infrastructure, their bomb, everything they're holding there. Let's go ahead and blow that stuff up so they can't use it anymore. But the biggest thing is that how do you handle the suicide bomber thing? Because you got to blow up the explosive. Because
that's
a suicide bomber. How do you handle that, man? It's just a regular dude walking around, a woman walking around, boom.
That always like how dedicated are you to be a suicide bomber?
Can I have that? Can I answer that?
Yeah.
There's nothing in this country I'm dedicated enough to be a suicide bomber. So don't call me. I'm telling you right now, I'm not that American.
Don't call me either.
Don't call me. I'm not gonna be available.
I'll bomb
You look like you think I don't.
There's a science. There's a science that says that you cannot bite your own tongue. You cannot bite your own tongue off.
Hold on. I feel you, Mark G is going through it right now, and I know that
there's a science that says that. So how can you take your own life with a fucking bomb? I mean, the idea of that it's just all disturbing.
You're appealing to a greater something bigger than yourself,
the
and
deity.
you want to go ahead and do some shit like that.
So you get 21 brides and a banana. Because if you get 21 brides,
a banana.
If you got 21 brides, you need more than a banana.
See, this is why we can't do this. This is why we can't do this.
20 bananas.
We can't handle serious conversation on this podcast.
So if you got 20 different brides, do you wrap up with one and then go raw on another one, or you just go raw across the board?
I think you just roll across the board.
I think you should answer the question for us. What do you think?
I think that if you're going in the ass on one of them, you should definitely go with a hat on, and then if you're going straight up in the hoo-ha for the other one, then you can go raw on that one. But you can't go raw in the ass and raw in the different pussies and all in the same.
Oh, Jason, if it's 20 of them, you eating some ass. Just so you know, if it's 20 of them, this is
you cannot speak on whether or not I told you I cannot. That's some personal shit. You know what I mean?
You
in every sense of the word. You know what I'm saying?
So listen,
21
ladies,
brides, you eating some ass though.
Okay, go ahead and email or hit G on his Instagram or on his Facebook and let him know how you feel about the ass eating thing, just so he can take a little survey in his.
Depends on who's listening. Somebody may say he does it well.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Oh,
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. See,
yes.
Mark, I thought it was gonna be you had to mute, and all of a sudden it's G Money. Look at that. See how things change so fast. All of a sudden, things change really fast.
Switch it up on you,
about to shut G Money down. There might be some money listening. They said, "Remember that time? Don't do that." G's the dude that names days and names. But what that Afghanistan thing, man, let's call it what it is. We're out. Our people are back home. We're safer. Whatever happens in that country at this point, I don't think we are responsible for, but were there too long, in my opinion? Probably. Mission accomplished. I'm out. It's like dating a girl. You know what I mean? If you meet her in the club and your option is to hit, hey, mission accomplished. Boom, I'm going home tomorrow morning. I'm not hanging around for the next 3 days at your house. What are you eating? What are you cooking? No, I'm out. Oh, look at you.
Why is
hold on. Mark, pause. G, speak, Jay.
If the pussy's magnificent, you might want to stick around and see if you can get another day out of it.
Oh my heavens, the murder.
Because then if it's real good, then it's like, well, shit, maybe I'll stick around for like a week.
Lord have mercy.
So what I'm saying, so you're not a mission accomplished type of dude. You're like a mission accomplished.
It depends, you know. It depends.
Well, you certainly have you certainly have some intake on it. You know, you have an opinion on it.
There was a time. Yeah.
Dre, you with us?
Yeah.
Dre, you with us?
Yeah, I was reading the article because Mark said you couldn't bite your tongue off, and that made me want to check.
So just so you know,
an actual article.
Dre's been gone for 4 minutes since Mark said you can't bite your tongue off, doing research on whether or not you can bite your tongue off or not. That's what Dre Dog is right
tongue off, man.
Yeah, because that was shocking to me. I'm like, you can't? I bit my tongue the other night. That shit hurt. Like,
yo, you cannot bite your own tongue
You still
off.
got it.
Yeah. No, you can bite it
Well,
off.
Mark, you can't scratch your ear with your elbow. But what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, what are we talking about? Hey, Dre, go ahead, take your headphones off. Try it. Try and put your elbow in your ear. Not gonna work. Go ahead, try. It won't take you 4 minutes. It won't take you 4 minutes.
cannot intentionally bite your own tongue off.
Mm.
You can't do it.
I don't see any reason why you would want to.
I don't see either.
Because
but
when
I'm
it
just
comes to
saying.
eating ass,
Unless you're
that's
mad at yourself for
counterproductive.
eating ass.
It's
But
counterproductive.
what
to
I'm
eating
saying
ass.
is, it's like pulling the trigger when if you want to commit suicide. Like, why if you can't bite your tongue off, why are you able to kill yourself?
No, that goes something different. Suicide, that's something different. But the
Yeah,
suicide,
I mean, I hear
we
you. I
can't.
hear
Well,
you.
no,
I
no,
hear
no.
you,
We're
Dre.
not going
I
to
hear
make the
you.
leap from eating ass to suicide. And we're not going to do that.
Well, if you're gonna eat ass, that
they're
is
so
suicide.
far apart. Second, well, eating ass. Well, there you go, Dre. Okay, I can take that. Oh, well, there you go. I didn't know the leap was that simple. Didn't know the leap was that simple.
He said,
Man,
Especially when you say,
simplified a
let me
fraction
use
right
the bathroom. And come on, whoa,
he just,
whoa.
he just simplified a fraction just now. That's what you
you
did.
ever heard the term enema?
Mhm.
Yes.
Huh?
Why you
So
sound surprised?
from what I understand is that
He said he got a friend that used to tell him.
you said person would
Take an enema.
ask for that enema to happen,
Yeah.
and
so
then
you
the
know the
enema
ass
would
is
happen, and then and
You
then you
use
get in
ass.
there and lunch is served.
clean. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
What
No.
the F?
No.
What?
So, ladies, if you listen to this podcast and you want to creep on me, I ain't eating no ass. Just so you know, not a thing
What?
for me.
Erica Badu made a song about it's called Rim Job, right?
Yes,
Want a rim job?
Yes.
Hey, baby,
Yes.
baby.
yes.
No,
And
Rim
it was
job, hey, come on.
Not on
Give
my
it to
playlist.
me. Ah.
it's called
Clearly
rim
on your
shot.
playlist. You got the harmony down and everything.
That was called rim
Erica
shot.
Badu. Oh, rim shot, rim job, rim shot. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Dre said, "Now let me tell you about it was called rim shots." I didn't know how many times you've been in the shower singing it to yourself, Dre, but that sounded kind of personal, brother.
I like
You
Erica
can't mess
Badu.
up the tune. It's
You're not gonna
called
mess
rim
up a song.
shots. Yeah, I got you, brother. I got you.
Yeah,
So,
my
Marcus,
bad. Yeah, you're right.
so
Erica
listen, man,
Badu.
I want the ladies to go ahead and chime in because clearly we know who's eating ass on this podcast and who's not. So I want you to comment down below on who you think is eating ass and who you think is not. Go ahead and comment and feel free. Only comment TG Money Dre Dog Big Mark. Don't be using my first and last name, my middle name. I don't appreciate that. Don't do it. I know y'all got research out there. Just call me T. Let me let you know.
Eating ass.
Mark, hey, bruh. You got that gray beard going on with that mustache up top that's still black.
I gotta protect it. I
I
need
know.
special oils in this beard right here. I got oils, I buy from Amazon. I squirt oils in this beard. You understand? This is a lot of maintenance.
What ass
So
oil?
can we finish it up really crazy? Can we finish it really crazy? I had a dude tell me, and it's not the first time we had an ass conversation, right? I had a dude tell me, he said, if you just put saran wrap on an asshole, it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
I said to him, no.
Now the question would be, why the fuck is there saran wrap somewhere within reach, and he can then cover her asshole with it, and then eat
No. That's the
When
plan
we
going
begin busy in
in.
the
There's
kitchen.
no automatically appeared out of nowhere. That's the plan going in. Like you take the saran wrap with you, like get it level out. And
Oh shit! I never. That's
Girl,
really
go ahead,
good.
bend down. We about to get it in.
Put this saran wrap over your
I'm gonna
butthole.
tell you
real
something right now. I know if you're listening to the audio and you didn't see the video that Dre just did, you're doing yourself a disservice when Steve publishes this. You got to go right to YouTube, get the Form 4 podcast, go up to whatever moment we're at in the show, and I don't remember what it is, and you have to watch Dre's reaction to the saran wrap cover. You have to watch that. That was poetic, Dre.
Hold on, who said that? Somebody said somebody was using saran wrap to wrap up the booty.
Yeah, I know a dude who was polyamorous that says he does it all the time. He'll poke a hole in it if he needs to. He'll poke a hole
What the hell is a
What?
polyamorous?
Somebody that went to poly.
I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. I'm going right now. alone right now. That's a Baltimore local joke for all I'm listening across the country. It's high school, but it's okay. I'm out. I'm leaving.
Poly Western.
Yeah.
You're not poly.
The
You're not
Negro high
poly.
school.
Whatever.
Negro high
You're
school.
you're poly Western. Goddamn. You're not polyanthiest. You're poly Western. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You gonna fuck the word? Polyanthrous. He said polyanthrous.
I couldn't remember the goddamn word.
You think
Again, I'm gonna challenge you to look up the word polyamorous, and then you can have a deeper discussion with us on that.
he's
Yeah, I
amorous?
can guarantee. I can tell you this: nobody on this podcast is polyamorous. I can guarantee you that. That's the one thing I can tell you.
I knew a hoe named Polly.
Yeah.
I'm not poly antichrist.
That's what we doing,
goddamn
G?
it.
He
That's what
said
we doing.
poly antichrist.
That's what we doing, G.
I knew a girl named Polly, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
At what point in your life did you know a girl named Polly? Let's go ahead and walk down that road.
It was probably right around 2001, 2002.
Did Polly want a cracker?
She wanted a brother.
Nope, Polly wanted a brother.
She wanted a graham cracker. You know what I mean? She
He said, "Yeah, she wanted a graham cracker." I'm over it. I'm so over y'all, bro. I'll tell you something. I get done with y'all in the first 30 minutes, like keep swearing I'm done with y'all. But when I get,
Polly
he
don't
said-
want a cracker.
he
She
said-
want a graham cracker.
Polly want a graham cracker.
She don't want a cracker no more.
Bigger
All
and
right,
better.
look, are we still kicking the Willy Boa? Because I do have a question.
Yeah.
Oh, please ask your question.
Oh, we're
'cause
definitely
I
moving
am
into kicking the Willy
I'm
Boa,
so
for sure.
done.
All right. So, I was having a conversation, and this person attends high school, and they were putting the king and queen homecoming up for a vote. And the reason why they're putting it up for a vote was because they wanted to change it from the king and queen to the royalty court, because they wanted it to be less gender specific for the non-binary children that go to the school.
Sure.
Kiss my ass, man.
I'm
What you mean? The king and queen is supposed to be part of homecoming. I don't give a fuck. What the hell is this non-binary shit? What is this? Is
let
this
me
a
tell you
math
this.
equation or?
Every year, I get the pleasure of watching the Miss America pageant. What the hell we can call it? Mr. and them pageant. It's the Miss America pageant. I need to be called what it is. So if the queen, okay, since the beginning of time, it's been the king and the queen. There's a British rule, it's been borrowed from Parliament. You go to high school, it's king and queen. The homecoming court. Now I know a lot of black people want to take the whole homecoming court out of it because we like going to the court system. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? You feel me?
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
I'm just
Yeah,
gotta feel what everybody
God
feels
damn.
though. Why they gotta be called in court? Because I know it's gonna happen when I walk in this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
I think
Court
that,
system.
You know,
me personally, I
it's
think
a-
it's all going out of hand. This whole
Hey, be easy with that.
Yeah.
Hey, I sponsor about just about LGBTQ.
listen.
Be easy.
No, I'm just saying it's just getting out of hand. Like people don't want to be called by their name or by the pronoun, and it's
Yeah.
There
was something on I saw something I think it was Facebook. There was a couple that was having a gender reveal party, but they said that they weren't going to do the gender reveal part because they wanted the child when it came out to figure out which gender it wanted to be. And let me just say that when that person said that, I felt like reaching through the computer and slapping the shit out of him. Bitch, wake up! Wake the fuck up! What you mean? What? The child is what?
yeah.
You want to let the child choose a gender? Lord have mercy! What you talking about?
It's too much.
It's blasphemy.
It's too much. That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
we listen. We can definitely have our own opinions on this show, and obviously, it's not going to resonate with a lot of people, especially in the millennials, younger generation. Times are changing, and we have to accept that. Our parents felt a certain way, and when we were teens, and we didn't necessarily agree with them either, because we felt like we had the answer.
Yeah, but you know what happened, Mark?
You
My
know?
parents never said, "Well, hey, rap music is the way I'm going to start listening to you too." That never happened.
Yeah,
with my parents.
but you know what
never
they
decided to
probably
listen to what I'm listening to.
But you know what they probably did say? Why you got that part in your head? You
I do
know,
that.
not to you maybe, but why you got that part in your head? You know, because you were trying to follow that style.
So you're likening a
You know
part
what I
in my
mean?
head to sexuality. I just want to make sure the
No, no,
jump, the
no.
leap that we're making right now.
I'm not liking it. What I'm highlighting is that, you know, things change. You know, we're in a flip situation right
Fluid.
now with this generation. In other words, we are now the parent, and they are now the teenager.
But
And
it's not.
so
It's
our
not
life
always
and our
teenagers.
experiences, you know what I mean? Our life and our experiences don't really match with their life and their experiences.
Well, I know
And
this. I know. I'm
it's
old
hard
enough.
for me to accept.
I'm
It's
old
hard for
enough to
me to
know.
accept.
I'm old enough to know right now that when I was a teenager, I didn't know shit because I'm older now. So I take the teenagers that are here now with the same grain of salt. They can have all the feelings they want and feel about it. They don't know shit. I didn't either. I'm grown now.
I'm not. I'm not
And at
even
the
Yeah,
talking about the
yeah.
teenagers. I'm talking about like the 25, 30-year-olds.
millennials.
Listen. If you want to be gay, go ahead and be gay. But then you talking about I'm not a male or
you-
female. It's what is us or
Them, their,
Yeah,
yeah,
here, him.
non-binary. I mean, what
Yeah.
the
yeah,
fuck is a non-binary? It's like, what are you, a fucking math program?
yeah,
Ones and zeros.
yeah.
So you
You
just
know
got
what I
the ones and
mean? Ones
zeros.
and zeros and shit.
That's what
You
I'm
half a
talking
minute from
about.
being a damn robot.
Yeah. Listen,
I
man,
feel you.
I get it, dude. Trust me, I get it. The thing that helps me a little bit try to stay grounded is just trying to remember that my thoughts at their age was different from my parents' thoughts at their age. You know what I'm saying? And so we never really saw eye to eye. I never really thought that my parents understood what my life was like
Your parents didn't
because
understand your
of
sexuality. Is that
everything,
what you're saying?
huh?
You said your parents didn't understand your sexuality.
Nigga, I'm not saying nothing about my sexuality. I'm just saying just the difference in paradigms, the difference in beliefs. You know, we gotta remember that shit, man. You know, when these kids start acting out and lashing out and we don't really get it, we gotta remember that we were at a place where we didn't think our parents got it when we were trying to explain and lash out to them. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. It's not about the same scenario, it's about the same mindset, is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And that's, I think parents today, us, and I'm guilty too. We forget that, you know, we were 12, 17, 18 sometimes when we're dealing with our own kids because we want we want the best for them. We want them to be better than we were. You know what I mean? So we forget that we were fuck ups when we were their age, and then we don't expect them to fuck up.
I think that some of us are fucked up enough that we could never forget it. Like, I'm
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean?
I've made a motherfucker. I will never forget how I was as a kid.
Yeah, it was
So,
just
but at the same time as you're saying that, is that your kids can get the benefit of a doubt from that as well. Because I know how, okay, so let's just say we all ran together when we were 18, 19, 20, 20-sums, right? 20-sums. We all ran
Yeah.
together. We didn't make the best decisions. We were 20-something.
oh, we fucking
No, not
didn't.
at all, by any stretch of imagination.
Yeah.
But the decisions that we made were not based on our sexuality,
That's
who
what
we
I'm
thought
talking
we were. That's and I understand it's two different worlds. But what you're asking me to do is compare apples and oranges. Because if the kids today just wanted to raise hell and go out and drink and be in the clubs, yeah, I don't think that's smart because I'm an older guy now. There's more to look forward to in life if you start earlier.
All right,
But it's not about sexuality. Go ahead, Dre. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead. Because all I was going to say, like, one of my daughters is gay. Knew it at an early age. Don't
Right.
have a problem with it.
Right.
You do you. But when you do something stupid, yeah, I'm going to speak on it, just like you're supposed to do as a parent. Now, my son, on the other hand, me and his arguments are about music. He, this mumble rap. Oh, Dad, you don't understand. I don't. It's garbage. You know what I mean?
And not trying to.
And we'll have music battles. He'll play a song, I'll play a song. He'll play a song, I'll play a song. You know what I mean? But I'm never going to understand when you were like, don't refer to me as he anymore. I'm not male or female. I'm not getting that.
Mm-hmm.
I won't understand that.
I don't understand it either.
And as Dre said before, I think we can say this for everybody on this podcast. You do you. You be who you are. We got no problem with who you are, what you identify as. That's what I'm going to say for everybody here. But I'm not
Yeah,
going to go through this whole them, there, he's there. I'm going to see you. You ask me, if you want me to identify you as that, that's fine. But don't expect me to understand and accept that. I'm going to give you the respect of doing that, but don't, so I understand it. I'm just going to start doing it for everybody. No, hell no. Not a thing. It's not a thing. Not for me, and not for me. But if you choose to do what you want to do in life, do that.
You know,
But
a lot of celebrities.
It's called a verb. Like, you can't be
Yeah,
there.
a lot of celebrities have done it, and you know they're in the late 20s, early 30s that are doing it. And at first, I thought it was like a fad or something. You know what I mean? But now it's just like overwhelming.
Like the crate challenge. I like the crate
Oh
challenge.
my God.
Which
The Negro
I wanted to
Olympics.
speak on. Right? I
That's
wanted to
still-
speak
yeah.
on tonight. We didn't do it. They can do it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. I think those crates were put here by the government. Take out black people in society because they're 99
shit.
cents. The crates cost 99 cents a piece, man. Come on, you get $20, you got a whole show. I'm just saying. But let's go back to what we were talking about originally. We'll do the crate challenge on the next show. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be more injuries and more reported things at that point. My statistics will be higher.
If you're over 40, you don't need to be on anything higher than 2 crates.
If you're over 40, you don't need to be any crate. You need to be able to walk on the sidewalk and not have your hamstring go out. Not bust a knee problem. Not roll an ankle.
We don't have the bone density for that.
We don't have the bone density. But I saw that, Dre. That was hilarious. He said we don't have the bone density for that. If you know what, you're an 80s kid. If you go back to the 90s, that was hilarious. We drink a lot of milk.
You know, I think our problem when we get older, our biggest problem is our muscles start to tighten up, man, and it's hard to stretch that shit out. It's really hard, man. I'm so tight. You know, when I get loose, when I go to the gym and I do a real good stretch and get
Dre,
loose.
Get your boy.
No, seriously, when I get loose, man, dude, yo, my shit feels so good, man. I did that workout last week. I just went in. I did a little, aerobic shit on the treadmill. But I spent like the next 40 minutes just stretching. And
Did
man,
you stretch before?
No. I did like a hamstring stretch before I got on the elliptical.
I recommend
nothing
stretching
big.
anything you're gonna work out that day prior to actually exercising that muscle.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, once I got hot and got my bones, melted
heat.
down a little bit and a
Big
little,
heat.
He said I got my bones melted down.
melted down a little bit because it was tight.
What you making?
You know.
Gotta melt them bones.
Hey, when you turn 52, that's the terminology changed. It just changed. It ain't cartilage no more. It's like you got some heat on them bones.
Oh my heavens!
You gotta get some heat on them. That's what I do. Once I get some heat on them, man, and they're very pliable at that point.
No.
And I can start bending them a little bit.
Now, see, this is what always happens. We have these conversations, and then I try to go to sleep, and I can't because I'm laughing at y'all dumbass.
So let's do this. And here's the thing: we had a hard stop. Tonight. We've run through the hard stop. The car's still going down the track. So I'm gonna pull it in here.
Yeah, pull it in.
Get us closer to the end because gosh knows how this is gonna go. Done with kicking the Willy Bobo.
Yeah.
We just go to anybody have anything left for the greater good. We're closing the show now, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all hanging with us here on the 30th or whatever date, the 31st now, because we're definitely at the midnight. So appreciate y'all listening to the podcast again, and we'll give some information about Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter as we go off. But right now, we're gonna go to that segment called Greater Good. And so, G Money, anything for the fans that are listening that you have to tell them for the greater good?
Keep your chin up, keep your nose clean, and stop putting your face in butts.
So if you sniffing cocaine and you got your chin in the pussy, keep your nose out of ass is what he just said. That's all I got from that. And that's for the greater good. So Dre Dog, go ahead and hit me with anything you got left for the greater good, brother. Yes or no?
That being said, and I hate to kill a dead horse, but please get your COVID shot and wear the fucking mask. It's that fucking simple.
That is not a dead horse, brother. You can beat that one until we beat this thing.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, like, there's a lot of schools down here that get shut down because they feel like wearing
idiocy.
Well, they think wearing a mask is taking away their rights or their freedom.
You're not taking away my rights.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like,
Dead.
Dude, it's just so stupid.
COVID,
These
dead.
kids are getting sick, and they can't get the shot because they're too young, and it's just real scary out there, man. It's ridiculous. So
It is.
wear the fucking mask. Get the damn
Appreciate
shot.
you that for the greater good.
That's it.
Hey, AG, you okay? You good?
Yeah, man.
All right. Just want to make sure because we lost you for a minute.
Fading fast.
I mean, maybe you were
Fading
stretching,
fast.
but let's go ahead and hold it, Mark. Anything left for the greater good, brother?
Yeah, man. Real quick, man. Listen, I just want to say two big points. Develop a growth mindset and gain some grit. Growth mindset. That's that shit where you don't feel like doing it, but you do it anyway. That's growth mindset. Grit is what it took for you to do that thing anyway. Develop growth mindset and grit, because growth mindset and grit equals success.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta say.
If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're making T-shirts out here now.
We're
Success
making
is where
t-shirts.
a spot.
Yeah.
Success is where opportunity and team meet. That's me. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with my greater good tonight is gonna be something I saw on social media this weekend or this week that I took a lot of notice in. And the brother said it's real simple. Now, every day you wake up, you have a choice and you have a chance.
Yes.
You have a chance and you have a choice. Every single day you wake up, black men, black women, black people, all people, you have a chance and you have a choice.
Yes,
What
sir.
choice you're going to make, that's going to lead you to the right chance that you have. And I'm just going to say, find that in your own personal life, because I can't tell you how it applies to your personal life, but I've applied that to my life. And as I said, it's given me strides since I've looked at that in my own mind, which I will start applying. But every day I wake up, I know one thing, I'm blessed. I got that, and we pray about that. We give thanks to Almighty for that. But I know I have a chance and I have a choice. So all the chances that he gives me, I'm going to make the right choice and try and carry that further, man. And that's going to allow me to be here with you, brothers, for as long as I can possibly be to enjoy this time. Because nothing is more, well, there's a lot of things more sacred this time, but I really appreciate this time that we have together. Make sense?
Makes sense. Love it.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and wrap it up, man. It's episode 59,000 from the 4 and 4 podcast, man. I'm here with my boy G Money. Give him a holler before you roll out.
Yeah.
J Dog, give him a holler before you roll out.
Peace out, soldiers.
Big Mark, talk to your subscribers and your commenters before you roll out.
Big up yourself, man. You can reach me at 13 Disciple on Instagram to Bumbleclot. Big up.
Now we gotta pay out of state taxes on whatever portion we just had. You know what I mean? I'm T Money. I'm here with the 4 and 4. I appreciate y'all for signing this. Now, Dre Dog, go and give your sign tags out. Give me your Facebook and your Twitter. Hit me up.
Oh yeah, Facebook Dre Wilson, Twitter The Real Dre Dog, and I'm also on Instagram. Brown Chicken Brown Cow.
Yes, sir. Marcus, the Sparkus, where can we find you, brother?
13 Disciples. 13th Disciple on Instagram. You'll find me right there. Because I'm the 13th disciple.
I'm going to understand. I'm going to explain to him, fellas, off the air about how international taxes work when he want to do that. Because it's costing us more money to pay international taxes now. Well, I'm T, man. I'm T. You can find me at The Real T at the 4 and 4. And you can find me at the 4 and 4 podcast. You can find me on Twitter at The Real T again. And holler at me, comment, subscribe. G Money, what you got?
One love.